with pineapple papers, and I'm hoping this angle is better. I am still trying to figure out how to film in the shed because the setup is so different. There's been some weird angles, so I apologize. So this is going to be my layout share for the Secret Not Secret retreat that I went to in August up in Big Bear, and it was awesome. Awesome. So I made 53 layouts for me, and then I made a couple layouts for my secret sister, Helen Carey Curry, and I don't know how many of those I made. So I made 53 plus. So I am going to start, if it gets to be too long, I am going to do this in 2 parts. So let me kind of tell you what my plan was. So we drove, so we were fortunate enough to be able to take anything and everything we wanted. And so I took a ton of kits or collections or like as long as I had little bits and pieces, I kind of kept them together. So my goal was to actually do 1 layout from every kit that I brought. Now, I think that there were maybe 3 that I didn't get to. But so I felt really good about bringing practically my entire room because I used most of it. So I will go through these. I will try not to go too fast. That way, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I would love to chat with you. So these are not in order of how I did them by any means. They are just kind of thrown together. So I had ordered 2 mini kits from Christina. I had ordered the Pink Fresh Studio Lovely Day and the new Vicki Boutin Honey and Wildflowers and Honey. So this is from that Pink Fresh line, and I absolutely love this paper. So everything on here is Pink Fresh. Now you will see that there is journaling on all 53 of these layouts because the rule is the layout doesn't count unless it has journaling, even if it's just a date. So that was Amber's rule. I think she initially did it to slow me down, but I do thank her for it because otherwise then they don't get done, and then I would have 53 more layouts to journal on. So with this, the paper layers are actually from the Pink Paisley Turn the Page collection, I believe. But all of the embellishments came from the kit. The large doily is from my stash. So that is that one. I love this piece. This is like a wood piece. So this is from a Echo Park collection. I do believe it is Capture the Moment. And I used some Chamel acrylic. They're kind of hard to see, but these acrylic clouds. And then the sticker sheet, the cut apart sheet, and then these words are Heidi Swap wood veneer words that I used. So this was the moment that our little boy was no longer little and he now understands adult language, hidden language, I guess you could say. My husband said something kind of sly and my son started laughing and I freaked out and they were laughing at me. He is 14 and in high school, but still, he's my little boy. So there's that one. This one is from the Whimsical collection, and I have a hexagon stencil, and I used some paste I'm not sure what it's called. If you're interested, leave me a comment and I will find it. And then I used this piece of paper, and I actually had cut some of the pieces out, so they were actually left over. You can see the back is gutted. And I strategically placed them with my photo, a small paper scrap, some tissue paper, some of these florals are actually fussy cut. All the florals are fussy cut with the exception of these ones, and they are from Maggie Holmes Open Book. So this one was a combination of Carousel and then Coco Vanilla's Happy Birthday line, Wish something. So this paper and this paper are from the Carousel collection. This paper, and then all of the embellishments, including the enamel dots, are from that Coco Vanilla collection. This and this chipboard piece are from Confetti from Maggie Holmes. Okay, this one was a labor of love. I absolutely love it. This is also from that new Pink Fresh line. And, oh, there goes my computer yelling at me, sorry. So my friend Lynn helped me cut out this 5, and I backed it with just some packaging from a chipboard sticker sheet. And then I put some sequins in. Let me see if I can find those. So these ones are Spiegel Mom Straps, Summer Morn. And so I filled it in and then attached the bottom. And then I did put a couple of the sequins scattered throughout. And this was just to celebrate my daughter getting her 5-year trophy for being in dance. This one was actually a challenge from Amber. So she always says that I am pretty good at doing paper layers, and honestly, the more paper I can get on a layout, usually the happier I am. So she said, I want you to take a photo and I want you to just mat it and create paper layers until it's a 12 by 12 size. So I took Pink Paisley's Pick Me Up 6 by 6 pad and did just that. Just layered and layered until I hit a 12 by 12 picture, and then I used some stickers from the hashtag sticker book from Pink Paisley and some of the puffy stickers from, these might be from Pick Me Up, but I think it's all Pink Paisley. And then I just did mat it on a white background. So that was kind of a fun challenge. Definitely used up a lot of paper. This page is super heavy. And that's just St. Patrick's Day little Snapchat filter. So this one is the new Indigo and Ivy collection that I got. And I did kind of a modified grid layout of we own a flooring company, and we won Best Flooring Store Viewer's Choice for our town. And so this was at the award ceremony, and my father-in-law also runs a flooring store, but he ended up with Best Interior Design. So Christopher was super excited to have beaten him. So that is that one. And then this one is Sparkle City, and a couple of pieces of paper. This is from the journaling pad die cuts. I think it's all Sparkle City, including washi. And then I did a mixed media background with 2 shimmers. I believe they are Orchestrata and Moulin Rouge is what it looks like. So there's that one. So this one was from a Maggie Holmes paper pad. And I'm not sure which one. I'm sure you're all screaming it at me. And then these acetate florals are from Heidi Swapp. And so it's kind of a monochromatic-ish layout, definitely black, white, and yellow to go with her outfit. Just some simple layering, not a ton on that one. And I did get the black paper just because I wanted to use it to map my photo, and Sandy was nice enough to washi tape the back for me. So this is kind of the companion page. So it has the same idea for the color scheme, but this time I wanted to make a nice big title for the fact that I wanted to use this literally. And the name of their dance is Shipoopi, and every time they say Shipoopi, these little kids laugh hysterically. So that is that one. And then this one, if you're watching some of the other videos, you may have seen this background before. So Sandy started it and did it, and we all loved it. And then I think Kari ended up making us, she had so much fun. I think she made like 4 or 5 of the backgrounds for us. So I didn't do any of this, but it is Distress Oxide ink through a stencil. And I used just several things from my stash. I believe this was also for a challenge. We had to go digging in a sandbox for treasure, and the treasure that we found we had to use. So what was in my bag were these buttons and these tags. So that is that one. Another dance photo. Okay, so this is my super impressive layout, which you're probably going, that's not very exciting. There's not a whole lot to look at, but I'm not a big journaler, and I had to tell the story of my son breaking his collarbone. So this goes from the phone call that I got, and these are pictures from when he got home. And this background paper was just perfect for the story. And it is an Echo Park collection, Off the Record 2, I believe. So this is the first page. And then I kind of would like to do these in order. Okay, so I got the phone call, and then it goes to this one where it talks about us going to the doctor and the x-rays, and him saying, I'll see you at noon for surgery. So there was that. And then this one is basically about the surgery. The surgeon was a friend of ours. And he took his lunch break to fix Lucas's collarbone. So there is, if you're from Prescott, there is a famous sandwich shop called Nick's Feed Your Face. And so I titled this one Nick's for a Fix, because we brought him Nick's so that he had something to eat after he did surgery. So there was that. And then this is after. So I have a picture of the x-ray with the plate. So he has 1 plate and 12 screws. And he didn't do anything super, super funny afterwards. A couple of, funny things. But so that just kind of talks about the after. So I'm really glad to get these, this story out here so that I mean, that's something he will remember forever. So then on to a little bit lighter side. This is also from the new Pink Fresh line. And I got this cute die cut from my friend Lynn, and I just used some Distress Oxide inks to color it in. And then I love this vertical layout and how it just comes down the middle of the page. And I get to use some of the fun different types of ephemera pieces and words and puffy stickers. Even this banner, just silly pictures of my son and goddaughter eating ice cream. So speaking of ice cream, International Ice Cream Day was when we were, what were we doing? Oh, we were shopping for school supplies. So we made sure to stop for ice cream, but we're in Phoenix and it's like ice cream soup the minute you walk out because it's so hot. And Julianne doesn't like that picture, but I felt like sticking it on anyway. And I think this is from Simple and Sweet, as well as this one, which was also part of, it was a brown bag challenge, kind of. So there were all kinds of fun things in this bag, and we had to use them all on a layout. So the stars, the tags, the paper clips, the tool, this wooden spoon, there's this piece of felt that I used for layering, this notebook paper, there's a napkin and some tissue paper, the little tags. I actually took a circle punch and punched that out of the napkin, so that's what these little circles are. Yeah. So, and then the sequin mix I used for this one was, I believe, gumdrops with those big pieces. So loved how that one looked. This one is from the Indigo and Ivy as well, and it's very monochromatic. So even these sequins are from that kit, and this Simply is from Heidi Swap, and then this acetate piece was actually from the ticket table. This one, oh, so I got from my secret sister. So it is called Like a Girl by Michelle Coleman from Photoplay. And it's super fun and girly. Not that Julianne's being super girly in this, but I just used a few things from my stash, as well as I fussy cut this from a paper, and I don't know what she was doing, but I took her picture because she looked like Cousin It. So I titled that one My Little It. So this one I absolutely love. This one I used a ton of those open book flowers along with basically a lot of the Whimsical collection. So the sequin mix that I used was this Lovely Day, but Amber said I needed a touch more of that dark pink, and I kind of think that those came from Happy Vibes, but I am not super sure about that. So there's that one. This one again was Horizon, and I used a sequin collection that was from specifically for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. It came in one of my kits And so I used that all up this weekend as well. And this cut file was from the retreat as well. So this one was that Cocoa Vanilla birthday line that I did, and everything is from there. Nothing else. Oh, there's some washi tape. It's not a good place for that. Everything was from there with the exception of this little cake stand, and that is from the confetti line. Oh, and so were those chipboard pieces. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep going. So maybe put me on pause and grab a cup of tea or coffee or glass of wine, and we'll finish these up if you stick with me this long. So this was one of my late night adventures. As it starts getting later, I find things to do like sewing or major sequin sticking projects. So this one is, I forget what collection it is. It is an Echo Park collection. This is what the background paper looks like. So the only thing I did was stitch it in black embroidery floss and use a couple of the stickers and die cuts, and then splattered a little sweet mint. And it was just documenting my daughter's new haircut for school. So this one, I think is from the Capture Life. These are from a Maggie Holmes sticker sheet. This is from a one of the boy lines. And this is Vicki Boutin. So there's a lot on this page. And this is just documenting that, you know, even he was in a sling and couldn't use his right arm, they found a way to overcome and play Jenga. This is from that same line as the heart paper. And I had this piece Julianne brought me, and she said, "Hey Mom, do you want this?" And this is when she wrote a letter to the Tooth Fairy. And the Tooth Fairy wrote her back, answered her little questions, super tiny. I don't know if anybody can read them. And then like the next day she lost a tooth. And I was like, I need a picture of that tooth. So it's not the same time, but you get the point. So when she loses a tooth, she puts it in this little cute tooth box. So that one is yours truly, because it's kind of like a letter. So this one is from Indigo Hills 2. And I think this is the only piece of paper that I have from it. But everything on here is Indigo and Ivy. No, just kidding. Is Pink Fresh Studio is what I mean. And I think they're all from different collections. But that was from my Pink Fresh box. So I do love how that one turned out. So just a little selfie for the first snow on the way to school. And then this one is when I broke into my new Vicki Boutin collection. And this paper was so pretty, like it really didn't need anything. So I have my photo of us at the rodeo, some tissue paper. I have a little label down here, a little piece up here, a tiny word sticker, and then the title and the hearts and these dots were a Heidi Swapp like thicker set, but then you peeled the top off and you put foil on it, so it made it foiled. So super simple page, but I love it. So this is also using that new collection, and this is just a trip to the baseball game this summer. And this time I decided to do a horizontal with 3 4x6 photos, which if I have this kind of portrait size photo and I have 3 of them, this is definitely what I like to do. but there is only this pattern paper on the back. There's no other paper on this layout, which is crazy for me, but her papers are so beautiful. It's so hard to cover them up. So there's that one. This one is more Sparkle City. This is from 4th of July. And I know that most of the people that have this piece of paper did fussy cut them out. So I did as well. And then just put one kind of in that same circle-y shape for my journaling. So this one, I picked up the All Heart collection from Tuesday Morning, and I actually did buy the stamps. I'm not much of a stamper, but I did buy the stamps, and I just went stamp crazy. So I created this background using that stamp set. This one is also from Sparkle City. This one is actually Julianne's favorite. I'm not sure if it's because of the tassel or the beautiful paper. I'm not really sure, but I had a couple of those Starburst left, so I put them out, made a couple of clusters. I did do that fold down technique from back in the day, and then I had these thickers that are kind of the same as the tassel. And put the title there of Dancer. So this is from my Maggie Holmes basket. The paper is all from Paper Pads. These are open book flowers. This is actually a piece from Cartabella. For a cruise, and I was so excited because this bingo ticket was on the take it table and we were playing bingo on the cruise. It was perfect. So super excited about that one. This one is I believe another Echo Park collection, and so I used the chipboard. These letter stickers are from actually the Dollar Tree, and they're kind of fabric-y. They're kind of cool. And so one of my best friends has a crazy fear of whales, and so we're sitting on the cruise ship, and they say, oh, there's a humpback whale, I don't know, on the right or left side, and I looked at her, and she rolled her eyes at me, and I got up, and I ran, and realized it was a stuffed whale. So I guess it's not stuffed, it's a person in the whale thing. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I said, you have to come over here and face your fear and stand with the whale. So she did. She obliges me very nicely. This one is also from Whimsical. This was a challenge. We were given two things. One was something somebody loved. One was something somebody had trouble with. So one of them was pattern paper and the other one was rub-ons. So I took a whole sheet of rub-ons and I did two things with them. Half of them I put on white cardstock and made like die cuts out of, and then the other half I actually put directly on the page. So I do love how that turns out. That's just at the pool. This one is also from the Echo Park line, as well as the next one. Just some strips of scraps and some mixed media. I think it's going poolside, no, something like that for the shimmers color. If you're curious, let me know and I will look that up for you. Same collection. Did the fold over technique as well. Very simple. This was all of the dancers on the cruise, and I used those same thickers. This one is from a Photo Play collection. And I did this banner, but I decided to do like a little folding. And then I did my journaling all the way around, and then just use the stickers from the sticker sheet. So super easy on that one. This one is super special. I did not make this one. Sharon made this one for me. She was, so I was her secret sister, so I got her a present. So we made layouts for those who brought us presents, and we took these pictures out there and got them printed, and this was actually part of the gift that I bought her. So this is the She Blooms collection, and so she used that collection to make this layout of us. So this one is super special for me. This one is a cut file, and I backed it with some paper, used some chipboard, and a sticker, and then I just put my photo on some tissue paper, and then I think the pink is probably Moulin Rouge, and the blue, I think it has something to do with pool. So I haven't actually unpacked that yet. I know it's very sad. This one is very simple but beautiful. This is from the new Pink Paisley. This piece is a 6x6 piece, and I just cut along the floral, which if you watch Christina's layout share, she did the same on a big piece of paper, which is beautiful, and use some of these floral acetate pieces, a frame, tiny word, die cuts, and some enamel dots. This one was actually a scrap lift of my friend Sharon, who is sitting behind me. And I actually can't remember. Oh, this is the Happiness collection. So, which it says right there. Hello. So this is the Coco Vanilla Studios Happiness collection. So I finally busted into that and made this cute layout of kind of my son's 8th grade graduation. And here is that notebook punch again, making an appearance. This one was actually a scrap lift of, I think, hold on, let me see here. Yeah, I think this one was from Lynn, or it could have been Christina. Can't remember. But all I did was take a 6x6 pad. This is, I think it's a Maggie Holmes one. It's definitely crepe paper. And just made banners, and none of these go completely through. They are all 6x6, and there's nothing in this section. And then the embellishment pieces are from Chamel's Shine On collection. Just added some wood veneer stars, and that's it. This one is from my Maggie Holmes, and this is all just from the paper pads, with a big title. Our kids were being silly, so I did add some black splatters to tie in these tags, which I think I will probably add some twine in before I put them in my album. Then there is this one, and this was a challenge. So the challenge was to use a collection that you hadn't used yet, so that was good. So this is the Simple Stories collection, Bliss, I believe. And then you had to borrow something from somebody. So I actually borrowed these super, super cute resin flowers from Amber. And the sequin mix that I used was Magical Unicorns. So, and this is a Chamel piece of paper from the 6x8 pad. This is the companion page to that. Very simple. Did the background, let the background kind of do the talking. Added some stickers, some chipboard, and some more of those resin flowers. And the last one is from the new Vicki Boutin collection as well. And it has that rainbow effect of hearts, and I felt like my embellishments needed to go along with that as well. So the red is up here. As you kind of get down into this area, you get to the green and the blue. And that is it. So I hope that you stuck with me and I didn't bore you to death. And definitely head over and check out the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, because we have so much fun. And let Christina make you some kits so you can make some amazing layouts. Again, if you have any questions about any of them, let me know. I still have all the collections. I did not kill anything this weekend. So I bet I can find it for you. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Some of the It's All Good collection from Dear Lizzie. And I got this cut file there. And I don't remember if this was for a challenge or not, but I backed the cut file with some of the 6x6 paper pad or 6x8. And then I also backed it with tissue paper, which I super love the effect that it gets. But I will tell you that it is super hard to trim, but totally worth it. And this is just of my daughter serving for the first time and how proud I was of her. So there's that one. This one was from Coco Vanilla, and I want to say it's More Than Words. And just a sweet picture of my son actually snuggling me, so I had to document that because that hardly ever happens. And then the ephemera pieces, I believe these ones are from one of their boy collections. So Totally Rad or Boys Rule. And this is from Wild Child. So this one is super, super fun. So this is what we lovingly called the Goodwill Challenge. So we had to make a layout strictly from the things on the Take It table. So everything on here was from the Take It table. There's nothing, not even the white piece of paper came from my stash. That is from my stash as well. And it has this fun stencil that has paw prints, but I used it more as vellum. So another grid layout. I'm kind of surprised that I grabbed the couch, but they are sitting on the couch and I thought that was super cute. So this one is actually my favorite layout of the whole time I was there, and it's actually the first one I did. So it's a dance picture. I took this paper from Horizon and I fussy cut it out in basically scallops and then layered on top of each other. I used some Vicki Boutin glitter glaze through a stencil from Walmart. It's one of their cheapy stencils. And then just used some of the florals, and I believe this is the Dowry one. I think I might have killed it this trip. Vintage Dowry is the name though, and I think I might have killed it. I think I might have used them all. So love, love, love this one. Love how that turned out. This one is also from Indigo and Ivy, and I made a shaker pocket with the sequins from the collection, and just that same vertical design. And Amber got me for my birthday. She wasn't sure if she was going to see me before my birthday, so she found my notebook Punt. I am so excited, you guys. Look, I have it. I have it now. So you're going to see lots and lots of that. And it was thoroughly loved at retreat as well. It got passed around. This was one of the classes that Christina taught, which was so perfect. We all seem to have perfect photos to go with that. And then this one was from, this is a collection from, not paper, I'm going to find it. Hold on.